Lego City Undercover is a glitch simulator. Don't believe me? Look at this. If you start pressing random buttons on the title screen, the text just starts glitching out. We're not even 2 minutes into the game and it's already glitching out? Today, I've compiled a list of 100 of the coolest secrets and glitches Lego City Undercover has to offer. Like this glitch here. At the back of the dojo, you can jump onto the dojo's roof. Up here, there's a small pond with a bridge and even some lookout towers. If you're ever looking for a hiding spot from the police, then you found it. I'm looking at you, Chase. If you use a vehicle to push a second player off of Lego ledges, the character will just hang there like they're holding on to nothing but air itself. I wish I had that kind of strength. If you grapple hook something, then start spamming L and R to change your disguise, you can slowly move the grapple backwards and watch as Chase starts doing some crazy dance moves. Hopefully the police station doesn't ever catch fire, because if you try to bring a fire truck down here and accidentally get it stuck, backing out will only make things worse as the rear of the truck will get sucked into the wall. Then, as you struggle to break free, your fire truck will get sucked down even further into the ground, crushing all hopes of escape. The fire truck will continue to twitch, and even if you tried to take out the police station's fire, you wouldn't be able to hold the hose straight. Frank Honey could be related to Forrest Blackwell. Near the beginning of the game, Frank Honey says the word computer instead of computer. What's odd is that Forrest Blackwell says the exact same word computer. If he was related, this would explain where Frank Honey's family got the money to own the Honey Hotel in Paradise Sands, despite their seeming incompetence. Not to mention their hairpieces look sort of similar. Speaking of the Honey Hotel, it apparently has 5-star reviews. Well, 5 1-star reviews. If you find yourself in a situation with the extender vehicle somehow tilted downwards like so, don't ask me how that happened, then you can hop into the extender's ladder, exit, and your character will be at a glitched angle. Now Chase can freely walk around with a messed up spine for the rest of his life. There was going to be a 9th disguise, but it was scrapped. It was going to be a race car driver disguise, as evidenced in the game's original concept art. I guess the developers figured we'd be racing vehicles enough anyway. Imagine you're going for a nice little ride down the streets of Lights Plaza, taking in the beautiful, vibrant sights and sounds. And then you accidentally drive off the road a little ways and scramble to get back on, only to find that this happens to you. Talk about a heart attack, and not just for Chase. The bird on top of Mount Cashmore might be a French parrot. It would explain why Chase is closing his eyes in fear while flying through the Mount Cashmore bird during the story, because of his crippling phobia of them. Now, me personally, I'm definitely not afraid of French parrots. I mean,
what the?
I sure hope Chase doesn't get motion sick, cause for this glitch, you need to float above the funnels in Auburn. And if you angle your character just right, you can glitch straight through the funnels and below the city. You know what? I take it back. I sure hope Chase isn't afraid of the dark. You can ride the detainer on water. We have officially unlocked the Jesus vehicle. For whatever reason, the police have put an ATM at Albatross Island. Any prisoner can straight up walk up to this and get free money. There's nowhere to spend the money though, which makes sense because it's a maximum security prison. Okay, fine. Maybe it's not a maximum security prison, but oh come on, guard, at least act like you're awake for the camera. At the beginning of the game, when Dumby is giving the police squad a briefing, he mentions he's set up security cameras to monitor different areas. And one of those areas is Forrest Blackwell's mansion. In the mansion room, the Bell Pepper Emerald can be seen on display, even though we haven't stolen it from Forrest Blackwell yet. This seems like a small mistake from the developers. This photo of Deputy Dumby quote-unquote catching Rex Fury shows the same policeman in the background 6 times. Did someone have 6 identical children or something? If you grab a construction worker and jackhammer on this ledge in Paradise Sands, Chase will spasm himself like he had a little too much caffeine. It's confirmed, Chase is practically as fast as the Flash at this point. Mikey SPOILERS is a character who appears in Vinny's ice cream parlor, and he tells Chase,
"When you get to the Space Center, you can knock down a planet from the ceiling to get a secret item."
Turns out this is actually a collectible that you can get, making this a pun on Mikey's last name, Mikey SPOILERS. The skateboard might be the most dangerous vehicle. You see, I was just going for a nice leisurely ride on the board when all of a sudden this happened. I guess my plastic legs are stronger than they look. Oh, and don't go biking in Lego City Undercover either. I guarantee it's not gonna go over well. If you place your pig far enough out on a ledge so the pig falls, only to respawn and fall again, then the pig will be trapped in an infinite loop. We've officially created Bacon Simulator. I'm gonna need help eating all this bacon. In Special Assignment 5, there's a method to get infinite super bricks. Near the end of the level, first hop into this vehicle and drive it until you get a 5x super brick multiplier, destroying and collecting everything in your path. With the multiplier still activated, collect these 3 big super bricks. They're normally 20,000 in value, but with the 5x multiplier, they will be worth 100,000 each, getting you a grand total of over 300,000 super bricks. Then use the second player warping glitch to enter the previous room, and then re-enter the final room to repeat the process. If you jump on this glitchy fence in Auburn, Chase will start T-posing. I guess that's the hot new dance all the Lego minifigures are doing these days. Have you ever wanted to play Lego City Undercover on mobile? Well, you can play it on mobile by using Xbox Remote Play or Steam Remote Play. Talk about publicly showing off your riz. Chase McCain has a Tumblr account. His bio reads, "I got 8 jobs technically, but I'm a cop first and foremost, no matter how many cars I steal." Yeah, just don't question it. Lego City Undercover has some strange merchandise, like this birthday cake you can buy from Amazon. Not sure I would recommend eating that. Or this oversized version of Chase McCain. He's practically taller than me. You can get the police communicator stuck in your arm with virtually no way to get it off. One person has even reported that they beat the game and the communicator is still on them. Not sure how this happened, but I sure hope it doesn't happen to me. This fence just beyond Auburn Bay Bridge is cracked. You may recall that Chase McCain and Natalia fell off the road and cracked this fence during the story, and it seems Lego City never quite got around to patching it back up. Chase knows he's a bad driver. In chapter 6 of the story, Mo DeLuca gives Chase a car to stop a delivery truck. The man mentions that Chase should feel free to damage the vehicle, and Chase says,
"Don't worry, with my driving, that's a guarantee."
And in chapter 5 of the story, Forrest Blackwell asks him to adopt a more unorthodox driving style to avoid paparazzi, and Chase replies,
"It could get a little rough."
Mo DeLuca was arrested because he had 412 unpaid parking tickets. Ha, that's light work. Chase is over 10,000. We gotta put our diving suit on for this next glitch, because if we clip out into this water in the Crescent Park tunnel, we can go swimming with the fish. It makes sense why Lego City keeps all their fish here, because they definitely have a shark infestation. That's not to say that it's safe to swim down here though. Chase McCain has been working up an appetite filming this video, but what is he gonna eat for his meal? How about HelloFresh, the sponsor of today's video? HelloFresh is America's #1 meal kit. They send you pre-prepped, easy to cook meals straight to your doorstep, so you don't have to worry about how to cook your next meal or what you're gonna eat. Now, personally, I'm not really the best cook, but with HelloFresh, they give you easy to follow directions and all the ingredients necessary to make a variety of delicious, healthy foods that taste better than anything I used to make. Just look at these citrus pork tacos. They're packed with 32 grams of protein, which is perfect for me because I exercise all the time. HelloFresh will even give you free breakfast with every HelloFresh delivery, allowing you to start your day off healthier than ever before. So click the link in the description or use my code and get 10 free meals plus breakfast for life. 1 breakfast item per box while your subscription is active if you're in the US. Outside the US, the local discount will apply. A player by the name of Lego City Undercover Gamer decided to run around the stud fountain you get for 100%ing the game for 57 hours straight, leaving his Wii U on the entire time with a rubber band on his controller so his character moved without him. And after these 57 hours, his character shrunk. He looks like a baby when compared to the other civilians. Lego City Undercover Gamer Butler also managed to completely drive the train off the tracks and out of bounds. And somehow he got the train to enter hyperspeed mode, which looks pretty terrifying if I'm being totally honest. There is evidence that Captain Bluffbeard is secretly a villain. First off, if you speak to him at the ferry behind the police station and then go to the ferry in Crescent Park, he'll be in his boat at both locations. This means he's somehow discovered the super fast travel red brick, but the strange thing is, in order to unlock the super fast travel red brick, you need Rex Fury to get in the room where the red brick resides. This proves that Captain Bluffbeard is secretly communicating with Rex Fury. But that's not the only piece of evidence that Captain Bluffbeard is secretly a villain. On one of his dialogue lines on the loading screen, he mentions he's crashed his boat into both Blackwell Bridge and Auburn Bay Bridge, but not Heritage Bridge. But what's scary is that he mentions this was an oversight he plans to fix someday soon. If you go into this red colored parking garage in Pagoda and try to park your vehicle, you will probably fall into the ground and glitch beneath the map. Yeah, I'd recommend not parking your vehicle there. Thanks PJ Phillip for footage of this glitch. The next three are jetpack and helicopter out of bounds glitches. In Bright Lights Plaza, we can fly just down here and glitch out of bounds. I don't know who was in charge of building the wall there, but man, they chose the weakest material in existence. But if you thought that was bad, it's nothing compared to this crevice in Festival Square that we can just glitch through. This is definitive proof that nobody works in Lego City, because this is an office building and there's no one here. And finally, this roof here in Cherry Tree Hills is just plain broken. Lego City really needs to give their construction team a raise. By jumping through this roof over and over, you can launch your character miles upward and get the best view of your life. Hold up, how am I going to survive this landing? As you might know, Auburn Bay Bridge is a replica of the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. The Golden Gate Bridge measures 1.7 miles long. Using those metrics, Lego City's map measures roughly 8.3 miles long, or 13.3 kilometers. For a fraction of a second, the old beta designs of Chase McCain can be seen while closing the disguise wheel. This almost looks like Chase's mugshot. You can reach a low polyed version of Auburn Bay Bridge by glitching outside of Special Assignment Hot Property. This strange alternate dimension of Auburn Bay doesn't have a hitbox. Wait, I should have thought about that before. Way out of bounds in the first level of the game, and I mean way out of bounds. There are these hidden assets the developers strangely put here. This area almost looks like a filming area for the cutscene that takes place after level 1. B. Heckerson may have been inspired by Pam from The Office, considering the red hair and the fact that B is the receptionist just like Pam. There is only one person in most buses you see. Good to know, Chase shouldn't become a bus driver in Lego City because that's probably the lowest paying job you can get. Oh wait, never mind, there's money everywhere. Dan Nuttall, a UI and logo artist for many of the Lego games, has a website with every graphic logo he's made for Lego City Undercover. Some notable graphics of his I found cool were pictures of the different title screens we could have had, this close-up look at the beta version of Chase McCain, this bald guy who seems like he's having way too much fun eating ice cream, this sick logo of Chan's Scrapyard, a boxing match advertisement between someone named Leon and Mac that is apparently going to take place at 9 p.m. at the Herbert Hotel, the 4 scrapped box art concept drawings, and this guy. Also on Dan Nuttall's website is this image of an expanded open world map. I contacted Mr. Nuttall and asked him if he could provide any insight about the scrapped areas on the map, and he was able to give me a few interesting facts. First off, this area west of the Bluebow Dam and north of the farm would have been a beach resort, and you could have gone sailing around the lake as far as the Bluebow Dam. Surprisingly, this area here in Auburn Bay was supposed to be a Coast Guard station of all things. This area west of Cherry Tree Hills would have had a campsite and amusement park area, which you could have gotten to by Captain Bluffbeard's ferry. The area right below it would have been another Coast Guard station. Over in Fresco, you can glitch under the map by simply swimming up against this random wall. Seriously, how did we discover this? Entering a vehicle while jetpacking at the same time will make your character glitch out, making him act like he's riding a roller coaster or something. Wowza, I wish I had that kind of balance. In Special Assignment Hot Property, you can skip part of the level by jumping on these railings, jetpacking to an invisible floor, and jumping like a madman into this room. Parkour, parkour! You know what's not a secret? Hitting that subscribe subscribe button helps the channel out. So if you're enjoying, subscribe. This next one is for trained parkour professionals only. Do not attempt yourself. In Fort Meadows, if you jump on this rock, make an insane, death-defying jump on top of this tree, then make one final impossible leap to this cliff, you can glitch out of bounds. Let's ignore the fact that took me over 10 tries to get. Time for Bacon Simulator 2, the critically acclaimed sequel to Bacon Simulator. This time around, you can stuff a pig inside a cannon, leaving them stuck in there forever by simply using a second player to activate the cannon shooting animation before the pig gets loaded in. Right about now, bro's wishing he wasn't quite so porky so he could slip out of there. While flying a helicopter, you can hop down to vehicles. And if you do it at the right angle, you can clip through different objects like this tree. Don't ask me the science behind that. At Vinnie Papalardo's ice cream parlor, he has the shop's ice cream flavors listed on the outside of the parlor. Interestingly, the colors used for the flavors are all colors you can use in the color gun. So hopefully Vinnie isn't flavoring his ice cream with color gun fluid. The mechanic character can use the force. When the mechanic fixes electrical boxes, he doesn't have a fixing animation like a normal construction worker does. So he's basically using the force. A Lego City Undercover modder by the name of Node created a massive bridge in the sky that spans the entire map, connecting Cherry Tree Hills to Apollo Island. In order to get to the bridge, you must use an astronaut teleport station that teleports you way high up into the sky where the bridge begins. It takes approximately 5 minutes and 20 seconds to cross the entire thing. This is truly a stairway to heaven. The modder also uncovered some unused test areas, such as this red room where the developers messed around with some random game mechanics, this combat testing room where you can fight some astronauts. Some say that man is still frozen there to this day. A room where you can ride a train and a dinosaur skeleton through a checkerboard-like area, a character test room where you can stare at a statue of a red minifigure, a terrain tester with the various types of terrain, and a literal shooting range that looks like it would be a blast to play paintball or laser tag in. If you decide to go off-roading up this hill in Fort Meadows, you can easily glitch out of bounds and explore the beautiful flat trees. Maybe the trees will look normal if we go out farther. Whoa! I do not recommend buying this land if you're going to try to be a farmer. What? I repeat, do not buy this land. I deem it untillable. I would recommend buying this tractor though. This thing's indestructible. Some vehicles can jump higher than others. For example, this supercar doesn't nearly jump as high as the Galleon, which seems to me like it's the highest jumping vehicle in the game. I don't remember them teaching me how to make my vehicle jump in driver's ed. There are green plants near the Cherry Tree Hills bank that are immune to all gunfire. And yes, that includes egg fire. I'm not sure I want to know what fertilizer they're using on this stuff to make it that tough. During the events of the prequel, The Chase Begins, Chase McCain was 25 years old coming out of the police academy. This puts his age in Undercover at about 28 years old, as it takes place 3 years later. Man, Chase, your hair is already graying. Next up is the time skipping glitch, Max Gaming and CoinZone discovered. If you enter a time trial, you'll notice you have a limited amount of time to beat the race. Then the timer will glitch out and you'll have an infinite amount of time to beat the time trial. A player by the name of Hamdrew somehow triggered a reverse gravity glitch in Special Assignment 13. He simply hit this metal girder and all of a sudden his game flipped its gravitational pull, sending him upwards like a rocket. Come on, he was just trying to play the game. The helicopter that spawns in cars at vehicle call-in points can be spawned in at a helipad, and is called the Skybringer, a reference to its in-game use of bringing vehicles down from the sky. You can bring a basketball into the city. As shown in Nintendo Gaming's video, if you grab this basketball from Albatross Prison in Chapter 3 The Story, and then use the 2-player warping glitch to get outside the prison, you can bring the basketball wherever you want to. Chase McCain is a baller. Never mind, I take it back. By putting a vehicle here near this fence, and then having a second player go to Albatross Island, you can trigger the first player to lightspeed himself over to you. If you're lucky, this might even send you launching up into the air. You can clip inside Captain Bluffbeard's boat by sticking a second player in the water where the boat docks at. But if that wasn't strange enough for you, you can see the second player jumping up and down through the floor of the boat. I want to say that this is surprising, but honestly, this is just a normal day in Lego City. These photos within the basement of the police station are dated October 14th, 2011, and seem to have been taken by the developers when the game was still called Lego City Stories. Is Forrest Blackwell hiding something on his estate? Well, I glitched behind this gate that blocks his estate off from the rest of the city, and believe it or not, he is hiding something. He's hiding the fact that his estate doesn't even exist. While in the wash wagon, if you go on the train tracks and hit the teleport area on the tracks, then open up your map and wait, the wash wagon will fall backwards and you can glitch out of bounds. Who turned the lights off? You can smash two cars together in Auburn Bay Bridge by going on these jump ramps. Only do this if you feel like paying extra money on your insurance bill this month. In Special Assignment Hot Property, you can jump on these metal pipes and make it up to this ceiling area. If you head over here to the corner, you can glitch straight through the wall and hit a trigger to end the level. The next three are names of locations that are not labeled on the map. For example, Jenny's Diner is located on Blueberry Street. We know this because the game tells us this during the story. Speaking of, I ordered something here a few years ago and I still haven't gotten my food. What's wrong with you guys? Are you out of business or something? Oh, yeah, I guess that would explain why there's no cars in the parking lot. Next is this docking area in Fort Meadows, which is called Crabby Cove. And just like Blueberry Street, we know this from the story. And finally, one of Vinny Papalardo's hideouts, located here in Uptown, is on Cedar Street. Vinny's cousin, Modaluca, mentions this during the story. If you're ever annoyed while playing with your friend or family member, here's a tip. You can trap one of them on top of the helicopter, and then as soon as you want to, you can make them fall off. Just don't tell anyone it was me who told you how to do that. Somehow, a player managed to get Chase McCain stuck on top of another police officer's motorcycle. Chase is having way too much fun antagonizing this police officer. Duke Huckleberry is Ellie Phillips' uncle. Ellie Phillips mentions this while Chase is on his way to get a grapple gun from Duke Huckleberry. Frank Honey's favorite color is Blurple. His favorite ice cream flavor is peanut butter fudge banana raspberry marshmallow swirl. There is a Metal Gear Solid reference. At the start of the game, if you wait long enough and don't follow Frank Honey for a tour of the station, he will eventually yell,
"Snake? Snake? Snake!"
Talk about a dedicated voice actor. Up here on this roller coaster sign, you can sink your feet a few feet into the ground. It's cement though, so there's no guarantees you're gonna be able to get out of here. Forrest Blackwell becomes evil because City Hall shut down his dream project of building an apartment complex and shopping center in the Bluebell Woods after the discovery of a rare squirrel in the area. You're telling me that Duke Huckleberry's squirrel, Derek, is the reason Forrest Blackwell is a villain? This is substantial proof that Derek the Squirrel is behind everything and is secretly the leader of the RFA. This windy red road in Cherry Tree Hills is based off of Lombard Street in San Francisco. In the game's files, Crosstown Tunnel is named NY Monaco Tunnel, referencing its real-life inspiration from New York City's Monaco Tunnel. Nintendo released special editions of both Lego City Undercover games in 2016. These exclusive Nintendo Selects versions go for $40 and $70 on Amazon. If you turn inverted colors on, the studs will look blue instead of their normal gold and silver. Why is this important? Good question. These two bus stops in Crescent Park are facing the wrong direction because the bus station is behind them. I'd like to know who built this city. Time for some nice, relaxing sightseeing in Bluebell. Oh, what the? Why is there a Wiggler from Mario on top of the tunnel? Lego City has some strange wildlife. These two Titanic-inspired characters from the intro cutscene are named Leonardo and Kate in the game's files, a reference to actors Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet from the Titanic movie. Also from the intro cutscene, this construction worker can be heard yelling the iconic Wilhelm scream, the most popular sound effect of all time. Frank Honey appears in The Chase Begins as Intern Honey. If you ask me, he probably should have stayed an intern. There's a no soccer sign in front of this house in Cherry Tree Hills. Does the person living here just not like soccer? Could the sign have been planted here by the RFA? Questions we may never know. There are various interesting Steam achievements for Lego City Undercover. Some of my favorites include Nothing But Net, where you must score 3 basketball shots in a row, pull the lawnmower over, where you must drive the lawnmower as Rex Fury. Wow, that grass is really not looking healthy. And Wacky Taxi, where you must drive over 10 stunt ramps with a passenger in the back of your taxi. I think it's obvious why I like that last one. Oh, no, sorry. Guys, my passenger completely disappeared. I think I might have accidentally killed them. Someone made a bootleg Soccer Mania cover with Chase McCain on it. Here is what the normal Soccer Mania cover looks like. The Bluebell Dam provides most of the power for Lego City. The parachute you use to glide down in Special Assignment 3 is different than the parachute you use in Special Assignment 13. And finally, Lego City Undercover was the first confirmed Lego game on the Wii U and the first confirmed Lego game on the Nintendo Switch. That is 100 secrets and glitches in Lego City Undercover. The official definition of a glitch is a short-lived technical fault. And this got me thinking, sometimes in life we do things that are genuinely our fault. Just look at Chase, he's definitely made a few mistakes. But remember, you're not a glitch. Jesus made you in his image and he loves you despite any mistake you've made. Subscribe for more Lego content just like this, and remember to sign up for HelloFresh to directly support my channel. Goodbye, everyone.